opened up as such. I'm backtracking now. This is the main window of the software, right? Just to show you, I'm going to kill the software today. Okay? Right? I'm going to start from scratch again. We have an SEM image. We already talked about the microscope. We got it on. Beams on. Fantastic. High five. Relaunch the software for the IXRF. It gives me a little data window here just to let you guys know. Right? So it's telling me it's creating a ribbon, it's docking, and then it pops open the software bundle. Great. Software bundle's open. Again, we're picking up our X-ray events, our time constant, amount of time we're processing information, percentage of dead time. And all I simply did before was I said, I'm going to go to my flow chart, and I'm just going to say, hey, what do you want to do? I want to work with Spectra. I don't care about the Spectra properties, but here is, in this window is where I would change and be like, I want the preset to be 30 seconds or 100 seconds or whatever you want it to be, 30 for instance, and it's a global setting. So as soon as I change that preset, I also have other features in here that I can do. I'm not going to go over these right now. I just some other stuff in there. Anyway, whatever. I get back out of that again, and now in here, you notice that my preset changed to 30 seconds, right? You see that? But I can change that again to whatever I want it to be. It's literally whatever you want it to be. Just blew it out and just change it, right? So now, because there's a Spectra window open, you see there's a Spectra window open, it opened it up automatically as soon as I hit look at the properties. So as soon as I went look at my properties, it opened up a Spectra window. Here's my Spectra window, right? So as soon as the Spectra window opens, then I could just go to the bottom here, flow chart, and say acquire a Spectra. And it'll start doing that. I don't need my property window anymore, I'll kill it. So now the energy scale that this window is at goes from 0 to 10 kV. So that means if I have a 20,000 volt electron beam, which I do in SEM, and if I start shrinking this Spectra window to go to 20 kV, which is there, and if I start opening, I'm going to go over all the stuff I'm doing, realistically at a 20,000 volt beam, I'm going to be energizing maybe data to about 14 kV, 15 kV max. I'm never going to get that. So I would need a 50 kV beam to look at some of the lines that you were talking about yesterday. Some of those lead lines are all the way in the high end. But I'll see the yellow lines. Now the software window opens up as a default. As a default, if I acquire a new Spectra, the window opens from 0 to 10 keV, full scale. Every time. And I told it to do that. I told it to do that simply by double-clicking inside this gray area, display Spectra energy. I could tell it to go from 2 to 5, I could tell it to go from whatever. But I told it to go from 0 to 10, and I told it to set that as your default for all the applications, yes. So every time I open a new Spectra window, new Spectra, it's going to open 0 to 10, stop, new Spectra, 0 to 10, stop, new Spectra, 0 to 10. Now I have 4 Spectra windows open. If I shrink one down, you see I have 4 different windows. They're all going to open up as a default. So when you do a file save as or a file quick preview or anything like that, it'll automatically save it. It'll save it in that scale. But I'm skipping around a little bit. Let's go back. Let's simply just go back to acquire Spectra. Just note the energy scale opens up from 0 to 10 keV. So far so good. If I left click my mouse anywhere in this Spectra window, it puts up a cursor. Do you see that this count rate is auto scaling as well? So it's scaling to the highest peak automatically, right? And that's because I have auto vertical scale checked off, but we're going to get to that. But right now I'm at the cursor. So for instance, if I left click my cursor in the center of that peak, and I hold my left mouse button down, and I drag to the left, it'll shrink the Spectra. If I drag to the right, it'll increase that Spectra dead center of that peak. So if I put my cursor in the middle of that peak, it'll tell me the cursor sitting at 6.41 keV, possible ID, iron K alpha 1. If I double click iron, it'll label iron. So I could move the Spectra using my, what the hell is that? I grab that peak, I could open it, I could raise it, I could shrink it. The Spectra is movable using your mouse. If you're one of those like really old school SEM guys, right, that you don't like using the mouse, you could go up, down, shrink, separate, last peak shown, slider, right? But realistically, it'll take you 5 minutes to get used to this with the mouse, and you'll be like, this is incredible. Just because you can immediately go, grab any peak you want, separate it, and cursor point 285, possible IDs, and then you can label your element if you want to. Skipping a little bit. My point of this is just to let you know, left clicking your mouse will bring the cursor up. If I decide to kill the cursor, I cannot maneuver my Spectra around my mouse anymore. Don't worry, we'll get to all these things. I'm just playing the flowchart right now. All I've done was acquired the Spectra. All I did was hit that feature, acquired the Spectra, right? We're over here, right? Acquired the Spectra. And all I did was just let you know, hey, we can throw a cursor up here.